This is Dan meets Nick Finney, creative director and founder of MB Studio. Hi Nick.
Oh no, it's not MB, no I'm kidding. Hello.
How are you?
Not bad.
Good, good, good. So, can you give us a quick summary of your career to date?
Okay. I thought that was going to be easy because my career has been fairly, although it's been fairly long, I've been only in 2 or 3 places really. So, went to college, went to Shrewsbury College of Arts and Technology first and did just a general BTEC HND thing. No, national diploma.
Okay.
And then after that I did a HND at Somerset College, and from there I got a job with a guy called Howard Brown, and I stayed there for about a year, less than a year actually. And so Howard was a lovely guy, and I learnt a lot of things from him, some just basics, you know, stuff that I hadn't learnt at college, and just a bit of rigour around design and craft. And then after Christmas he said, well, I'm not going to have much work for you, and I thought, oh God, my career is over, that's it.
Over Christmas time as well, harsh.
Period, it was like, Jesus, I'm going to tell my mum and dad that I'm going to be living them forever. And so, yeah, that was it, that was my career over. But he called me up in January, the first week, and said, I've found somebody looking for somebody, and it was Vince Frost at Pentagram.
Brilliant.
And JR, John Rushworth, was my boss. So I went to see them, and yeah, I got a job. And from there I stayed at Pentagram for 6 years, where I met my 2 sort of partners that we set up MB with, Alan and Ben. And that was it really. So 6 years, and then MB Studio for 15 years.
Brilliant.
So I'm 25.
I can tell,
yeah.
I can tell. How would you design a spice rack for a blind person, Nick?
Oh, so I just watched this, I should know the answer.
Oh, I can't believe you watched it, naughty.
Oh God, the right answer is I wouldn't, I guess. Honestly, I probably wouldn't bother.
Great answer.
At college it took me about 6 months to make a cassette rack that was made out of cassettes, right? It was made out of 2 bits of wood, just stuck together like that with a sort of triangular stand on it. And it was awful, and it took me so long that I would not do it. I would choose, I would collaborate with somebody who knew what the bloody hell they were doing.
Great answer, yeah. Very good. How has the industry changed since you started many years ago?
Oh God, you don't want to hear that. It's that sort of boring old fart. When I was a lad, there were photocopiers, mobile phones didn't exist, shoes were barely just invented.
It was all wooden toys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It has changed in that I've grown older, and that's probably it. And to be honest, everything's cyclical and life goes on. And God, I'm philosophical this morning, aren't I?
You've moved with the times.
Yeah, I think so. How have things changed? Things seem to me to be a lot more frenetic and frantic than they ever were, and I think that's to do with the pace of technology. But at the same time, it's your own fault if you get caught up in it. So the trick is to take yourself away and go for a walk, and maybe an idea will come out then when you're not getting pinged this on Twitter or that on email. So that's kind of about all that's changed, I think.
Okay. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, what does MB stand for?
Okay, so I mentioned earlier on business partner Ben. So originally, when we founded it, it was myself and Ben that started,
okay. And
Alan that joined about a year later. So it was Nick and Ben, but it was also the Latin nota bene, which means note well. So we were being clever asses, really.
Very good.
Note well, take note.
So was Alan not upset that he couldn't stick the A on at the end?
Oh God, I thought it was tricky because when he joined, there was this sort of, God, perhaps we should have his letters in the name. But we'd sort of felt like we'd been nominated for a D&AD award for some Knoll posters that we did and stuff like that, so we felt that the name was there to stay. And Alan, bless him, has been all right with it so far. Although he stuck a little A, and we've got some huge red letters over there, and he stuck a little metal A between them. Yeah, okay. Just to remind me.
Fair enough.
And Ben left about 3 or 4 years ago, so
okay.
It should just really be N Studio now. One day.
One day.
One day.
One day. I'm guessing you don't have any superpowers, Nick. Mm-hmm. Last time you checked.
Yeah.
If you did, which one would you like to have and why?
Oh God. Well, I'd have to say fly. And why? Who the hell wouldn't want to be able to fly? Seriously. And that's it. Just to be able to fly, to soar off, and see things. You know, see the bigger picture.
Nice. Where would you fly to? Where would be the first place?
I think I'd probably fly down from here. I'd go straight down the Thames, back home, and tell my family that I could fly.
I was hoping something like the Bahamas.
No, well, I'd probably take them with me if I could somehow muster the strength in my.
That's more Superman rather than flying. So you maybe should have said Superman potentially. That's fine. That's fine. Obviously, other than MB Studio, if you can work for any other agency in the world, who would it be? It can be current agencies or agencies that have existed in the past.
Oh God. Okay, my stock answer is I wouldn't work for anyone else, and I'm sticking at that until I get some sort of 7-figure offer.
Fair enough.
No, but I love what I do, and I love what a couple of agencies do, a few people, but this is my place.
That leads on to the next question. What's the best thing about agency life?
I guess we call ourselves a studio.
Okay.
Or whatever, agency. I guess we're an agency. The best thing, I think, is the times when it all goes really well. And what's the best thing about agency life? I think it's just that life. I think it's the family element. It's I like to think of ourselves as a little family, although I can be the arsehole dad sometimes.
That's what dads are for.
Exactly. And actually, to be honest, Alan can also be the other. There's two dads. It's one of those weird relationships.
There's nothing wrong with two dads. So that's fine.
But that's it. It's the hands on deck, all together, pulling in the right direction, pulling in one direction, which always feels good. And that's, I think, what summarises agency life for me.
Who is your biggest inspiration?
God, I don't think there is one.
Okay.
I could say my dad for some things, and I could say other people, people like Michael Wolff. But I think it's the people that, Michael Wolff, who is a very inspirational guy, and it's always nice to have a chat with him because he gets you thinking sort of out of your body experience kind of thing. But I'd say it's just a collection of everyone, and people that I've worked with and sort of rub shoulders with are all in some way an influence.
Yeah, good. When you're not working, what do you do?
Work.
Always.
Oh God, I'm in trouble over this at the moment.
It's a killer question.
Yeah.
It's a killer question.
What do I do when I'm not working? Well, to be honest, I try and get home, spend time with my kids, play guitar, which is, and it sounds terrible because both of those things seem quite rare to me. So get back in time to give the kids a cuddle before they go to bed, and luckily they seem to be waiting up all night for me at the moment, which is not what I wanted to happen. But it's just that, it's kind of like rambling around with the family, and that's it. In terms of hobbies, this is my hobby.
What guitar do you have?
I've got a Strat, a Les Paul, and a classical guitar, and a folk guitar.
Nice, good work. Who is the most creative person you have ever worked with?
Well, I guess it's Alan. Otherwise, why would I be working with him? And it's just fucking irritating because he can. Oh, sorry. He can just pull stuff out of the bag. So I'll be struggling with stuff, and he'll just look over my shoulder and say, "Why don't you do that?" And I think, "No, I wanted to get the answer to that one." But I think Alan, and then other characters around, like when we used to work with Ben and Michael Wolff, also very creative people.
What has been your favourite account that you worked on?
trying to think of a politician's answer to this. My current one.
Good answer.
No, I guess it's not, and also it's not an account. So
project.
I'm really enjoying it at the moment. We've just started a bit of work with Sadler's Wells, and so I'm enjoying it because I didn't really ever go to see contemporary dance, and now I do, and B, the first project we created for them brought the whole sort of family of Sadler's Wells together in a giant photo shoot using a mate who offered to do it for a very knockdown rate, and it just felt really right to see all these people smiling and getting on, and the organisation kind of lifted.
Sure.
It's yet to go to print and yet to go online and that sort of thing. So, but the latest one is the one I find most rewarding.
Fine. And then last question.
Yeah.
What is your favourite branding piece of all time?
Oh God.
Put you on the spot, Nick.
Well, again, it's like I don't want to answer with a sort of stock cliche, but I probably will. I actually like. What do I like? You've stumped me.
You can. It's fine. It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. We can move on if you like. You can like all the bit. You can like every single branded piece.
Yeah.
Too many.
I think no. I guess I like stuff that's from the '60s and things that have retained and evolved over time. So the biggest brands, I like the way that they do things and they evolve. I guess. So I'm thinking the Shells and the BMWs and looking. I really enjoy the history of brands, so the way that they evolve over time and retain something of the past in some way, I guess, and also something of the way that they were set up in the first place. So that there's and the little stories behind why those marks are like they are.
Yeah.
So, but then I guess, having said that, sometimes that can be destroyed. I think things like UPS, for instance, there was a beautiful mark by Paul Rand that then got a sort of veneer by, I think, I'm going to say the wrong company now, but I think Landor. And I didn't feel that veneer, that kind of new way of doing logos that meant that was just really based on technicalities and Photoshop was the right way to go about things. And that the beauty of the early mark was lost. So there you go.
I'm going to ask you one last question.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to a graduate now trying to get into the industry?
Work hard, be nice. That's it, really.
Good. We're going to do a little quick fire round now.
God.
So
I
hope you're ready.
Okay.
Okay. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Degree or no degree?
No degree.
Boardwalk Empire or Sopranos?
Sopranos.
Ooh, nice. Love or success?
Love.
Simon Cowell or Gary Barlow?
Oh, God. Oh, I don't want to answer. I'd say Gary Barlow.
Okay.
I don't know why, though.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Retained work or pitch work?
Retained.
Football or cricket?
Cricket.
Nice, okay. Outsourced production or on-site production?
Outsourced.
And Master Chef or Can't Cook, Won't Cook?
Oh, God, I don't watch enough TV to know. MasterChef, because
Okay.
I love the remix on YouTube.
Last question, twist or stick?
I guess my answer's going to have to be stick, isn't it?
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Nick.
Cheers, thank you very much.